Good evening and welcome, race fans. Tonight, IWCR takes to Homestead, Miami, Florida. This is good, a good track for everybody to really get a good grip on. So, and it looks like everybody does pretty much have a good grip on it. We're going to try to get somebody up here to the booth with us and get a word in with them. So, if you'll bear with me here for a minute. Ron Merrill, you got a copy?
Yes, Rudy, I do.
Well, Ron, you may not be the fastest out here, but do you have enough to get up there and possibly win this?
Well, I'm pretty sure I can get up there a lot farther than what we're sitting on the time charts now. I'm an old school racer and long green flag runs and trying to save my tires and keep it around there. It's funny how much faster I get, but I don't actually on a long run, you know.
Well, I think that shows patience, you know, when you get out there. You know, you're trying to save your tires and try to save fuel. This track is always noted for fuel mileage, so I've seen a lot of fuel mileage races here. But, you know, having a good setup coming into tonight's going to be the ticket here. And does your truck feel pretty good out there on the track?
It feels pretty comfortable. I'm happy with it, and I think we're going to be all right. Like I said, we get some long green flag runs. And I'd also like to say that I really appreciate all the guys in this league. They've all come up and offered me help with everything and been so gracious about it, and I really appreciate it. It's been everybody, and they've got a really good deal here, and this is my third race with them, and I'm really enjoying it.
Well, that's good. That's good. Glad you're enjoying it. Trucks one of your favorite, or do you have another preference of vehicle that you'd rather race?
I'm most comfortable in the Xfinity cars, but the trucks are a close second.
Oh, that's cool. What about the Homestead track? Do you like this track?
It's okay. I don't dislike it. I don't have a whole lot of laps here. So I'm still learning it, and like I said, I'm pretty old school. Half the time I don't get my fastest lap until 50 laps into a race. So if that tells you anything, well, it takes me a while to get things figured out.
Well, that's not a bad thing sometimes, you know. I mean, you know, you gotta kind of be patient, and I guess that comes with us, as you know, with age, you kind of learn patience, but. Well, I wish you good luck out there tonight, Ron, and you know, I'd like to see you get up toward the front, maybe lead some laps, maybe win the thing. So, you know, it'd be pretty cool for the third race out. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Oh, it sure would, Rudy. And from your lips to God's ears.
There you go. All right, good luck tonight, Ron.
Thanks, Rudy.
Thank you for talking with us.
Thanks for having me.
Roger Sievert, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Roger, we were watching in practice here. How is your truck feeling out there on that track tonight?
Oh, at the beginning it was loose. I kind of got it too tight now, but I'm hoping I can work on it here a little bit, loosen it back up a little.
Well, I was just talking to Ron Merrill there a little bit and asking him, you know, what the key is here tonight, and he's saying save your tires and you know, try to stay clean for the rest of, you know, for the whole race. 125 laps here. Do you agree with those keys, or what do you think the key is here to get the victory lane?
Oh, I think patience. I'm not gonna get too crazy. There's points battles going on, and this is my second race with this league. I don't want to make anybody mad.
Well, that's a good thing. That's pretty admirable of you. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, there's some pretty tight battles, and these guys do take their points pretty serious. Uh, Looking at the last race of the season will be double points, so that kind of changes things up a little bit. But last season, just to let you know, Roger, that they finished with the winner actually beating second place by 1 point. That's how close it was.
That's a pretty good point battle.
Yeah. Daniel Smallwood had the lead going into the last race by 3 points over Thomas Keene, and Thomas Keene beat him for the championship by 1 point. And it was all thankful to the double points. If it wouldn't have been double points, he wouldn't have beat him. So
Yeah, that's the first league that I've ever seen do double points. But
yeah, it's pretty cool. They do it at the Gen 6 series and the truck series here. So, well, what is the plan tonight, Roger? Are you going to just try to ride in the back for maybe like the first half of the race and then, save your tires and save your truck, make sure you're not involved in any accidents and get to the front? Or are you going to be gung-ho, get to the front, try to lead a lap and win?
there's no reason for me to lead a lap because it ain't going to do me any good in the points. I'm just going to stay in the back and ride it out.
See if the chips fall where they may, huh?
Yep. If it comes down to gas mileage, we'll try it. If not, I'll finish wherever I finish.
Well, that's pretty good. That's my kind of racing there. Race it till you just can't race it no more. Race it as hard as you can for as long as you can. So, all right. Well, good luck tonight, Roger. I wish you the best, man.
Yep. You too. Thanks.
All righty. Well, there you have it, folks. A couple of interviews that drivers that are just new to the league and getting their footing, in the league, so they don't want to be out there and wreck anybody that's in the points, and that's very, very admirable of them guys to do that. We don't want to see them wreck somebody out there that's in the points championship. So. But anyhow, stay tuned with us here, and thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it very much, and we're ready to, in about 3 minutes here, for these guys to go qualifying. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, folks, we will step away here for a quick minute and play our national anthem, and we will be right back.
Guys.
And now, the most famous words in motorsports. Gentlemen, start your
Okay, we are back. Like Ross Cato, the only one that's turned in a time so far. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up qualifying. We'll get down here to the grid. Let's see where everybody is starting tonight. Dalton England taking the pole with a 31.217. Congratulations to him for grabbing that pole. Stephen Pearson starting on the outside of the front row. Jeffrey Porter third, Thomas Keene fourth, our points leader. Mark Vega starting in fifth, Daniel Smallwood sixth, James Lehman seventh, Kevin Spaulding eighth, John Verga ninth, Paul Crumry starting in 10th. Mike Vining in 11th, Charles Grant Jr. 12th, Ross Cato 13th, Randall Drake 14th, Ron Merrill starting 15th, Calvin Troy 16th, John Batista 17th, Mark Russell 18th, Josh Witherspoon 19th, Roger Sievert 20th. And it looks like Scott Russell 22nd, Robert Moyer in 23rd, and Evan Schroeder 24th. Ben Manning rounding out the field in 25th. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night about 7:20 Eastern Time, 7:15, 7:20 for the SRA Truck Series. So make sure you tune in for that tomorrow night. But we will be on Twitch, not on YouTube. All right, rolling off. Alright, strap them seat belts down good and tight because we're ready to go racing here at Homestead. 125 laps. Dalton England bringing them to the line here as the pace car enters pit road, and we are off in green, green, green. Pearson sleeping at the wheel. Wow, puts a lot of distance there, and it looks like Thomas Keene will get by him. Next one, Daniel Smallwood to the bottom. Back behind him, we've got some 3 wide action going on. James Lehman back here, Mark Vega. And Paul Crumry's coming up through. 3 wide down the front stretch. And completing the first lap of the race, and the leader of that lap was Dalton England. Already pulling away from Thomas Keene by 0.8 of a second. Ross Cato back in 14th. A little bit of passing going on back here. Kevin Spaulding gets by John Verga. Now he sets his sights on Paul Crumry. Drops to the bottom. Hard to hold that right on the bottom like that, but he makes it work. Paul pretty strong and holding on to that position. Berga tucks right up underneath Spalding, and both of them drive by Paul Crumrye, putting him back to the 10th place. Mike Vining in 11th. Everybody pretty much getting single file back through there, but I'm looking at Scott Russell taking a look inside of his brother Mark Russell there for just a minute. This guy's running back here 16th, 17th place. Roger Seaver in 18th. Ron Merrill 19th. Evan Schroeder 20th. Josh Witherspoon 21st. Ben Manning 22nd. And rounding out the field back here, 23rd place, Ron Moyer Jr. Keene and Pearson in the battle here for second. Jeffrey Porter gets by Daniel Smallwood, goes into fourth. And Lehman is picking them off one at a time, goes up to the 6th place. He said he was going to be a tough guy out here tonight. Let's see if he can do it. Vega in 7th. Seeing some passing going on here. Mark Russell now underneath Paul Crumrye as the number 49 there, Calvin Troy, gets a little wiggly coming out of turn 4. And Mark Russell makes it working. Takes over the 11th position. Calvin Troy back here in 13th. Charles Grant Jr. 14th. And Scott Russell falls to 15th. And we got a brand new second place driver, Stephen Pearson, as he works his way around Thomas Keene. Close battle here, Paul Crumrye and Calvin Troy. And we go 3 wide down the front stretch one more time. Charles Grant Jr. just ahead of Randall Drake. Scott Russell inside Paul Crumrye one more time. Let's see if he can make it stick this time. Coming out of turn 4, he's got him by a nose. Does beat him at the line, but hasn't completed that pass just yet. They're still side by side. And now he does complete it. Paul slips out of it a little bit right there and lets him by. Randall Drake now to the inside of Paul Crumrye. Guys are racing it up pretty hard here, pretty early. Now to the inside of Charles Grant Jr. Not able to make it stick that time. He is going to have to fall back in behind Charles Grant Jr. Paul Crumrye goes back to the 16th position now. Back up front, Stephen Pearson putting a little distance on Thomas Keene, out there about 0.6 of a second over third place Thomas Keene. Jeffrey Porter closing in on them boys. Another close battle here. We got Mark Vega and John Berga. That's a good battle getting ready to happen. Calvin Troy, Scott Russell, Randall Drake to the bottom. Whoa, man, somebody's got to back out of that. Randall Drake and Scott Russell almost get together. But Randall stays right in it. He is trying to work his way to the front, now to the inside of Calvin Troy. Mr. Excitement, we're going to start calling Randall. He's not giving up. Calvin takes it way up the hill and is going to lose that position to Randall Drake. And here comes Scott Russell to the inside of Charles Grant Jr. Not able to do it this time. Let's see if he can do it here. Going into turn 3. Drives it in there pretty hard. Oh, a little loose. It broke on him. Had to back out of it, so not going to happen that time. Jeffrey Porter getting by Thomas Keene. So Keene going backwards. Wanted to play it safe here tonight, I believe. He is our points leader. Don't want to take too many chances. Somebody wants to pass you, let them go. That's you got to look at the big picture. Do you take that chance of possibly getting both of you put into the wall and losing some points off of your total points? No. Back out of it, let them go, and if you're that much faster, you'll reel them in. Well, Dalton England not getting a whole lot of camera time out here, stinking up the show by 1.7 seconds over Stephen Pearson. See too many other battles, real close battles. Calvin Troy, Ross Cato back here for 15th and 16th. Paul Crumry, Roger Siebert. Another battle that's starting to come alive. Roger taking a look there, but not enough horsepower to get by him. All right, 20 laps in the books here, folks. Almost 20 laps in the books. And we've been caution-free so far, knock on wood. Don't want to wish caution on these guys. And Roger Siebert does get by Paul Crumry. So Paul goes back to 18th now. Stephen Pearson is starting to close that gap on Dalton England. He's got it down to 1.3 seconds. Down to 1.1. Porter third place. Thomas Keene, fourth. And Daniel Smallwood, fifth place. Daniel running second in the points again this season. Him and Thomas Keene had a battle last season all the way to the bitter end of the last race. And Keene beat Daniel by 1 point to capture the championship. So that was a heck of a good season last season. Mike Vining up to 6th. And don't look now, guys, but Mark Russell is coming. Kevin Spaulding looks like he slipped a little bit there coming out of the turn, and he lost a bunch of positions. He was all the way back to 12th. He was running up there in about 7th or 8th. All it takes is a little slip in the turn, and it's over. Pearson, a half a second from our leader. Dalton England has been out there since the drop of the green flag, and he may have chewed up them tires. Might not have saved them like he should have. And Pearson has come from a long ways back. I think he was about 1.8 or 1.9 seconds back here about 10 laps ago, and now look at this here. He's within 3/10. He's got a really good grip on it, I can tell you that. 2/10. Using that draft on the backstretch. He says time to go, but caution comes out. Let's see where the caution is here, folks. Calvin Troy going around. Looks like he just got loose coming off of the turn here by himself. Right there, just breaks loose on him. And Ross Cato, with nowhere to go, gets a little piece of the action there and helps him on around the rest of the way. So Calvin Troy bringing out the first caution here on lap 27. All right, leader bringing everybody to pit road. Mike Vining staying out, and he will be credited for leading that lap. All them points add up at the end of the season. Looks like Dalton England will hold on to the lead, but Thomas Keene, if he didn't get caught speeding there, he comes out second. Jeff Porter third and Stephen Pearson fourth. All right, them guys get caught up here. I think Mike Vining's going to come to pit road, so that's going to give the lead back up to Dalton England. Kevin Spaulding, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Rudy.
Well, how's your truck feeling out there on the track tonight?
Feels like I definitely need some green flag runs. It really came in towards the end there, and it did start getting loose. So I'm a little bit more adjusted for that this time around.
Very good, very good. Well, What do you think of the new dynamic tracks? I know you guys are probably getting tired of being asked that question, but what do you think of the new dynamic track?
I like it. So far, it's just kind of something else to get used to. It's a neat aspect of it, really is.
Well, I know a lot of people have, argued the fact that, it's changed things up so much that they've actually had to learn how to redo their setups and everything. You got to change your setups on the fly as you pit and stuff. So is that being a big factor or a big pain in the butt to you, or do you really like it that much?
I usually don't have too much to do with the setups, so it hasn't affected me. It's a little bit of a different style change for me. A lot more throttle control, but other than that, I don't mind it.
Very good, very good. All right, well, like to see you get up there and lead some laps. So going to be restarting in the 10th place, Kevin. Good luck for the rest of the race.
Thank you, Rudy.
Alright, back up here to the leader. It looks like the lights are off on the pace car. Keane going to be starting on the outside of the front row. Dalton England ready to get him going here once again. Alright, going to be restarting on lap 31. Pace car's in. And we have a green. Much better start that time. Keane tucks right down to the bottom here. He knows if he's going to make a run and try to get up there and lead a lap for that point, he's going to have to do it quick. Dalton England is really fast on new tires. Pearson does slip by. Porter gets into third. And now we got a battle back here. Mark Russell and Daniel Smallwood. Smallwood's going to have to duck in behind Mark Russell. Back in behind that, we've got two wide racing. Randall Drake and Mark Vega. Mark Vega. I get Vega and John Verga confused. Sorry about that. Mark Vega and Randall Drake. And Randall going to have to fall in behind. He's not going to give up, though. He's going to make another bid for that position. Remember last night, Randall won the race at Pocono in the Gen 6 last night. That was really awesome. A very confusing finish, but hey, iRacing laid it out, and there it was. So he come home with the win last night. So congrats to Randall Drake for winning last night. Kevin Spalding did lose one position after that restart. Scott Russell trying to slip by on the outside. Randall not giving up on Mark Vega there. Hasn't really completed the pass yet, but he's hanging in there. Now Stephen Pearson closing in on Thomas Keane. We've got about a 5-truck pull away here. All the way back to Mark Russell. And then it's about 3/4 of a second back to Daniel Smallwood running in 6th. There's John Verga running in 7th. James Lehman in 14th to the inside of Roger Siebert, taking over that position. Oh, we got some wrecking back here. Looks like Evan Schroeder may have been involved in that, but that brings out the caution. Let's go see what happened here. Oh, a little bump there by, not sure who got into who, but let's look at it from a different angle here. Like Ben Manning comes out quite a ways there. He comes out the track quite a ways toward Evan Schroeder and gets into Evan, puts them both into the wall. Mike Vining slips by. Calvin Troy slips by. But that brings out the second caution of the race, folks. And they're all heading for pit road once again. Looks like Mark Vega stays out, and he will be our leader. Gets a valuable point for leading a lap. Thomas Keene having a lot of trouble there with his pit stall. That's going to be very costly for him. Dalton England gets out of pit road first. So he'll be scored as second. I'm not sure if Vega's going to come to pit road or if he's going to stay out. They only been out there a few laps, green flag laps, but I don't know if that was a good call or not. Well, I guess we'll see. Going to be on older tires, and everybody behind him is going to have brand new tires. Well, that kind of changed up the back of the field a lot. Robert Moyer showed as the 19th. Mike Vining will be 20th. Looks like he's going to come to pit road again. That was unsafe pit entry there, I think. You have to enter on the service road, but Josh Witherspoon 21st. Evan Schroeder, Ben Manning still sitting on pit road. Looks like he's going to sit there and get that damage fixed up. He got the worst end of that deal, I think. All right, they should get the one to go this time. Well, taking a look at the points coming into tonight, Thomas Keene had a 37-point advantage over Daniel Smallwood. Scott Russell, 68 points back in third. Nathan Sedlick in fourth, which Nathan didn't come in tonight. Josh Witherspoon, fifth. Galen Gidman, sixth. Stephen Pearson, seventh. Randall Drake, eighth. Charles Grant Jr., ninth. And Calvin Troy, 10th. That was coming into tonight. And next week, they will go to Pocono. Be doing 80 laps at Pocono. Alright, lights are off and they are doubled up and we're ready to go green flag racing here once again, folks. So hang on to your hat. Because when they go by, it's going to blow the hat right off your head. Here we go. Pace car in. And Mark Vega quickly on the throttle. He knows he's got to get a jump on these guys if he's going to stay out ahead of them. Pearson, third place. Jeff Porter, fourth. And Dalton England, making a bid for the lead, is going to take over the lead. And Pearson tries it too. So Mark Vega quickly going back to third, and I don't think it's over yet because here comes Jeff Porter to the inside of Mark Vega. And Vega, whoa, what happened to Vega there? I can't even catch up to him. He is really lifting off the throttle now. Oh, they're 3 wide back here. Whoa, whoa, that was close. He really lifted off the throttle and said, you know, I'm not nowhere near as fast as these guys are with them new tires. So Pearson goes into second. Porter third. Daniel Smallwood fourth, but Mark Russell underneath Daniel now for fourth place. And he did beat Daniel to the line, but Daniel comes back on the high side. Mark not giving up though, drops it to the bottom one more time. Comes up in front of Daniel. And Randall Drake got a bird's eye view of this whole situation going on right here. Ben Manning did make it back out on the track and gets around Evan Schroeder. Evan back on pit road now. Ben back out there trying to make the best of what he's got. Josh Witherspoon, 23rd place. Back up front, Dalton England trying to lead the most laps here tonight. That makes 40 that he has led out of the 46, so that's pretty amazing. We've got a couple other guys, Mike Vining led a lap, and Mark Vega, gosh, I keep getting them too confused. Mark Vega leading 4 laps. Close race here. Scott Russell trying to get a run on Daniel Smallwood. Randall looking pretty good. Last night's winner in the Gen 6 series. You'll have to go back and watch that if you missed it last night. That was one heck of a confusing finish, but it was a great finish. Porter in third. Mark Russell, fourth place. Go back and check on our points leader here. Thomas Keene in 12th. Roger Siebert working his way into the 13th place. Paul Crumrye 14th. Calvin Troy 15th. Mike Vining back in 16th. Kevin Spalding 17th. Mark Vega is back in 18th now with them older tires. Ron Merrill 19th. Robert Moyer Jr. in 20th. Closely pursued by Josh Witherspoon in 21st. This is kind of a repeat of last green flag run there. Pearson is going to start reeling in our leader, Dalton England. He keeps chopping a 10th off here and there. Down to 3/4 of a second. Porter, 1.3 seconds from England. Randall Drake still hanging on to 5th right now. Has pulled away quite a bit over Daniel Smallwood. And Scott Russell looking to get by Smallwood again. Those two have been battling for the longest time in this race. Not able to do it. Now here comes John Berga. Okay, wrong camera. Scott Russell really loose coming off a 2 right there. Pretty wiggly. Boy, what a run right there John Berga got. That was a really strong run. Well, Pearson is within a half a second of Dalton England now. I'm just wondering how many beers he's got set up for this race. 0.3 of a second. Hanging right there. Porter now at 1 second off of the leader. Looks like they come by Calvin Troy. Calvin Troy being showed as a couple of laps down here, folks. But something happened that I missed there. And it looks like he may be coming to pit road again. He is. Something not agreeing with Calvin Troy here in his setup tonight. Mark Russell, 4th place. And look at this. We're going to start calling Randall Mr. Excitement here, because I'll tell you what, I think that win last night really did him some good, because look where he is at, top 5 here tonight. That's like a shot in the arm when you go out there and win. You got to carry that momentum over to the next night, you know, and that's what he's done here. He's definitely showing it. Pearson side by side with Dalton England. I knew this was going to be coming. Seems like Pearson's setup is better on the long run than Dalton England. But I hate to say it, Jeff Porter is closing in on them too. Jeff wants to get up there and lead some laps and possibly win this. And Jeff can do it. Pearson to the inside again. But England gets such a run off of that high side. Pearson is just unable to do it. He keeps trying, but keeps losing it. I don't think he's done trying, though. He may backed off a little bit to cool them tires off, because he was really pushing it hard there, trying to get by Dalton England. And here he goes into the turn, taking a look at one more time. But he's being patient right now. He's not trying to overdrive his truck and burn them tires up. That's a smart thing to do. Way back, 4th place, 3.6 seconds behind Mark Russell. Randall Drake, that's a challenge that I never thought I'd see. Randall Drake dives it down the bottom. It's a long way back to Daniel Smallwood. He is 6.6 seconds behind the leader now. Berga, 7th. Scott Russell, 8th. Thomas Keene has got himself into the 9th place. And Charles Grant Jr. rounding out the top 10. Ross Cato, 11th. And he's got a mirror full of Mike Vining. Mike pulls out. Taking a look to the inside, going into turn 1, side by side. May have him, I'm not sure. Ross Cato comes back on the high side, but can he hold him? Really got to back out of the throttle a lot. It looks like Mike Vining's got him at the line, but hasn't completed the pass officially yet. And this is for 11th and 12th. Folks, this is way back in the field. James Lehman, 13th. And we got a brand new leader, Jeff Porter. Doggone it, I missed it. You're going back through the field like that, it's hard to keep up with it. Pearson around Dalton England now. Goes back into 2nd. Just being denied that lead and try to capture that point, but for the first time today, Jeff Porter up front doing a great job. We are well past halfway, folks. Scott Russell driving around the outside of John Berga. Charles Grant, boy, these guys here are all nose to tail back through here. Going back to Thomas Keene. Keene in 10th. Randall Drake still hanging on to 4th place, but he is 4.5 seconds behind the leader right now. Mark Russell, 5th place. Well, kind of wondering if Pearson is going to do to Porter what he did to Dalton England there a little while ago, reel him in and pass him. Yeah, these guys, some of these guys pitting right now. Let's see, we got Paul Crumry on pit road. This could be his final pit stop of the day. This usually is a fuel mileage race. Somebody may want to pit early. Maybe it was about that time that he did pit. Some guys staying out a few more laps. Since these guys got around Dalton England, he is settled back into 3rd here, about 1.6 seconds behind Jeff Porter. Pearson is really pushing it right now. He wants to get up there and lead a lap so bad. Ross Cato, Thomas Keene in a battle. Stay ahead of them. Charles Grant Jr. took a look there on the inside of John Berga, but couldn't make it work. These guys have been nose to tail for a long time now. Smallwood leading that bunch. Who is that? Mark Russell. Yeah, Mark Russell coming to pit road. Yes. This will be his final pit stop. I believe. See where the leader's at. The leader will be coming around here shortly. That's going to put Mark Russell a lap down, but he gave up that track position to come to pit road. Pearson kind of fell off of the pace there just a little bit. 3/4 of a second now. Guys that just come off pit road with new tires passing up Pearson with ease. James Lehman, Paul Crumry, and they're kind of like in their own little battle there. That is, they are a, well, that's not 4th position. Actually, it's not. Ron Merrill coming to pit road. Let's see what he does here. I'm sure it's going to be 4 tires. Right side's going on. And left side's going on. And I'm not sure, maybe he's sitting there getting a little damage fixed up. Mike Vining on pit road. He's doing a 4-tire change. We're seeing a lot of pit road activity now, folks. Mark Vega on pit road. Mike Vining is away. They're inside that window where they can make it, but it's going to actually give Stephen Pearson that lead, and he's going to come around this time and lead that lap as Jeff Porter heads for pit road. So Pearson does get to lead a lap. Dalton England will be second. Randall Drake third. This guy's staying out a little bit longer. I'm just kind of anxious to see when Pearson is going to come to pit road. The longer he stays out, though, them guys with new tires are going to eat him up. I think we got one retiree from the race, Evan Schroeder. Smallwood in 4th place. Charles Grant Jr. 5th. Scott Russell 6th. He is heading for pit road. It'll be his final pit stop of the night. And Stephen Pearson is on pit road, giving that lead back up to Dalton England. But Dalton is yet to come to pit road. He'll have to come down here pretty quick. John Berga on pit road too. Alright, Pearson is away, Scott Russell's away. And that gives the lead up to Daniel Smallwood, and he will lead a lap. He could be the next one to come to pit road, but Charles Grant Jr. right there with him. Pearson gets passed up there, but I'm thinking, not sure. Oh, he's gonna drive right back by them guys. 4 wide in the turn. That was wild there. He's got them fresh tires, and he is ready to rock and roll here. Stephen Pearson. Actually, he is at the tail end of the lead lap now once he got by Daniel Smallwood. Robert Moyer Jr. in 8th. He's been in and off pit road for the last time. Looking at a top 10 finish here tonight if it stays green. And Kevin Spalding, I was looking at Kevin Spalding, 18th place. A couple laps down, but just coming off pit road for his final pit stop. We've still got some guys that have not been back here on pit road for their last pit stop. Smallwood, Charles Grant Jr., Ross Cato, Roger Siebert has not been on pit road for his final pit stop. And now Dalton England, he got by, and he'll be at the tail end of the lead lap right now. We're still waiting to see when Smallwood and company are coming to pit road. They just keep staying out there, staying out there. Randall Drake drives by. That'll put him at the tail end of the lead lap. The longer Smallwood stays out there, man, I'll tell you, and Charles Grant Jr., the more these guys are going to pass him up. And when they do finally come to pit road, they're going to be a lap down when they come off pit road. So it really is making them suffer here by staying out longer. They should have come to pit road about 5 laps ago. Cato, third. Keane up to 4th, has made his final pit stop. That could put him in the lead once in front 3 pit. Witherspoon in 5th. Jeff Porter 6th. Mark Russell 7th. Stephen Pearson 8th. Dalton England 9th. Randall Drake rounding out the top 10. And like I said, the longer them guys stay out there, the more these guys are passing them up, because Mike Vining got by and so did Scott Russell. So that puts 12 trucks back on the lead lap. We're still waiting to see when these guys are going to come to pit road. Alright, back in the field. Ben Manning got caught up in that wreck earlier there with Evan Schroeder. Is running in 17th, a couple laps down. Looks like we got another one retiring from the race, Calvin Troy. And I don't see Calvin Troy, or I would talk to him. Drag him into the booth with me, but obviously he had something better to do, I guess. Okay. The leader's still staying out. It's going to be 35 to go next time by, folks. Like Smallwood heading for pit road. This will be his final pit stop. Four tires and fuel for me there, please, sir. All right, Daniel's way. Thomas Keene taking over the lead as Charles Grant Jr. heads for pit road. Oh, and he spins it on pit road. Go back and see what happened here to Charles Grant. He just locks it down and spins it. Doesn't hit anything, but oh, that's a heartbreaker for Charles, man. He was running so well, too. But, brand new leader, Jeff Porter. And Stephen Pearson. What the heck, Thomas Keene is back on pit road. Okay. So Porter back in the lead. And he has a 3.3 second lead over Stephen Pearson. We had a couple of spins there. I didn't see who that was. I think it was Paul Kermery coming back out. Let me go back and look and see what happened to Paul here. Okay, James Lehman got into the outside wall and got collected to the inside there by Paul Crumright. Them two going to go for a ride into the infield. Well, there ain't much of an infield right there on that front stretch. Both of them hit the inside wall a pretty good lick, and no caution on that, folks. They got it going again, but Paul Crumright with a lot of damage on that vehicle. In the meantime, Porter 2.8 seconds ahead of Pearson. Pearson is closing. Dalton England in third. And Dalton England has led the most laps here tonight, folks, with 60. Is he just saving his stuff here for the end of the race and make a late race charge? We don't know. Mark Russell fourth. Randall Drake fifth. That's the way they're turning right now. And we have another caution. Must have been Thomas Keene. I don't know. Let's go back. Couldn't have been. Nope, couldn't have been. I don't know why that went to Thomas Keene on that, but, well, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Well, I don't know. This could be, I don't know where the caution is, folks. I don't know what happened there. Well, this is good news for the top 8. We'll all be bunched back up together, and Mark Vega should be the way by. But now the question is, do you pit? You're going to have about 24 or 25 laps to go when you get the green. Jeff Porter is going to bring him to pit road. Yeah, he is going to bring him to pit road. Pearson also coming to pit road. Dalton England. So I think this is a really good call on these guys. This is a good call. 4 tires definitely is in order right now. Well, I didn't see anybody. That was like about 5 laps ago somebody was spinning. That was James Lehman and Paul Crumright. But I didn't see anybody. I don't know. Weird. That happens from time to time. Alright, looks like Jeff Porter's going to make it out first. Pretty much about the way they come in, they're going to go out, except for Dalton England's going to beat Stephen Pearson off the pit road. This could be interesting. Now, Pearson is usually faster on the long run. And about the time we get to close to the end of this race is about the time Pearson's truck starts kicking in. So as long as he can stay there within the grasp of Dalton, he should be able to get by Dalton. Then he's got to work on Jeff Porter. Mark Russell, really fast on the short to medium run. Long run, it kind of seems like he falls off or just barely maintains. Randall Drake, the top 5. Mike Vining, 6th. Scott Russell, 7th. Daniel Smallwood, 8th. Mark Vega, 9th. He's coming to pit road. So that'll change up some stuff. And we got a lot of guys staying out ahead of the leaders that want to get back on the lead lap. That's Roger Seaver, Ross Cato, Charles Grant Jr., Thomas Keene, and Josh Witherspoon. These guys will all get back on the lead lap. Jeff Porter looking for a victory here tonight. Let me see if I can get a word in with Dalton England. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Dalton, boy, you were rocket ship fast there at the beginning of the race, leading 60 laps. What happened? Did you make an adjustment on your truck, or?
You know, Rudy, honestly, it's just been driver errors tonight. I've drove a little too hard on some of the runs and just shouldn't have. Saved the tires. Pearson and Porter, they've definitely got something pretty fast. And Randall, he's pretty quick too. All three of them guys, they've really got something up here. It's just been all me tonight. I started out pretty fast and just faded away. Tried to find some speed up on the top side and just couldn't. And was hoping that it would stay green there because we were making up some time. I think I ended up catching Porter about 3 seconds and 15 laps. So I thought we finally had something for him, but we'll see what we got here.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to work, and good luck, Dalton.
Thank you, Rudy.
Where were you? You were in with Ross Cato and them?
The Russell brothers.
Yeah, okay, there you go. All right, folks, ready to go green. Sorry if I sound a little stuffed up. All of a sudden, my allergies kicked in here. I'm like all stuffed up. All right, here we go. Jeff Porter, Dalton England on the front row. Let's see if Porter can bring it home to victory lane here tonight. Pace car's in, and here we go. Green, green, green. Good restart by that front row. Dalton England was sleeping a little bit right there. And here comes Stephen Pearson to the bottom. Randall Drake slipping in there. Randall Drake teammates with Stephen Pearson and Jeff Porter. And he goes to the bottom. Dalton England following in behind Randall. Whoa. Pearson hangs on to second, though. This is some good racing here now, boys. Mark Russell sitting there wondering, boy, what am I going to do? These guys are like all over the place here. We got some high, some low, and I got nowhere to go. I just have to go 3 wide or something. Randall back to the inside of Dalton, but almost getting together with him. Backs out of it. Gonna look here real quick. Yeah, Scott Russell. Scott Russell, third in the points. Running 6th place. This is awesome. Doing a great job. Second place in the points, Daniel Smallwood. And our points leader, Thomas Keene, back in 10th. Uh-oh, we've got a caution. It looks like, ooh, Mike Vining. Mike Vining into that. So let's see what happened here to Mike Vining. Oh, he gets a tap by Daniel Smallwood. Oh, just a tap. That's all it takes to get that loose. Boy, and that puts Mike Vining into the outside wall. Oh, and he gets collected by somebody, Ross Cato. Oh, no. Dang. Well, that put Pearson in the lead. As he's staying out. No, Jeff Porter's going to be the leader. He decided not to pit after Pearson kind of tricked him there. We're going to be 20 to go next time, folks. Jeff Porter, our leader. Stephen Pearson, second. Dalton England, third. Randall Drake, fourth. Mark Russell, fifth. Scott Russell, sixth. Mark Vega, seventh. Daniel Smallwood pitted Coming off pit road, he will be 8th. Thomas Keene 9th. And Charles Grant Jr. That is your top 10. From there on back, we got Roger Sievert in 11th. John Berga 12th. Josh Witherspoon 13th. Those all on the lead lap. Lap down or more, Kevin Spaulding 14th. 1 lap down. Ron Merrill 15th. Ross Cato on pit road. Robert Moyer in 17th. And Ben Manning 18th. And Paul Crumrine back out on the track in 20th place right now. Could possibly pick up one more position as Mike Vining has taken his truck behind the wall. Laps to go, folks. Take a look at the race summary here. We've had 4 cautions. Not bad. Pretty good race, actually. 11 lead changes. But Dalton England has led the most laps, and he has clinched that. Nobody can top that right now. Even if Porter wins it, he'll only lead 46 laps, so he can't beat the 60 that Dalton England's led. Pearson's led a couple. Mark Vega led 4. Thomas Keene led 1. Charles Grant Jr. led 6. Daniel Smallwood led 5. Mike Vining led 1. So we've had quite a few leaders. Alright, they're doubled up and ready to go racing. Are you? You're ready to watch this thing finish? I think we're going to see a great finish here. Any one of these top 5 or 6 could win this tonight. We got some of the guys in the back that pitted, though, are going to have fresh tires. Let's see how that fresh tires seems to be the ticket here tonight. And I'll bet you these guys in the front have got to be worried about that right now. I know, Mike. All right, pace car in. Green, green, green. Boy, look at Randall Drake, that run he got. Pearson trying to get something working on the high side. Randall Drake underneath Pearson. And I'm telling you what, Randall is riding on a high right now from last night's win with the Gen 6. He's got the momentum coming into tonight. Has he got enough to get by Porter and bring home back-to-back wins? Oh my gosh, this would be something else, wouldn't it? That would be a highlight in his career here at IWCR. If he could bring out 2 wins, that would be back-to-back like that. Sweeping the weekend here. England in 4th. Scott Russell, 5th. Let's see where our points leader is. Our points leader, 7th place. Got 2nd in points, Daniel Smallwood, back in 12th. He must have slipped on that restart because he was ahead of Thomas Keene. But Randall Drake coming out of nowhere. Pearson in 3rd. Close racing between him and Dalton England. Dalton's holding him off for right now. Beats him to the line by about 3/4 of a truck length. Different lines, different driving styles, which one's the best, all suitable for whatever the driver feels like. As you can see the difference there, boy, that was quite a difference in driving line, but stealing that air off of the back of somebody could make a difference. Scott Russell, 5th place. Jeff Porter watching all this in his rearview mirror saying, come on, last lap. It'd be pretty cool to see Jeff in victory lane. Been a while since I've seen Jeff in victory lane. And Dalton England hangs on to 2nd as he got back around Randall Drake, but Randall not happy with that. Tries to take a look there on the inside of Dalton, but not going to be able to make it stick. Got to just back off, cool them tires off, and try to make a late race challenge. The good thing about it is Dalton England, his setup from earlier, we noticed, he was fast for a while, but his tires seem to fall off pretty quick. So it could be, he says it's driver error. I don't know. I think Dalton's too good of a driver for it to be driver error. Steven Pearson underneath Randall Drake. Well, thank you there, Mike. Appreciate it. Mike Vining in chat, folks. After having an upsetting night there, finishing into 20th place, that's just terrible, man. Too bad. I hate it for you, Mike. Pearson still battling with Randall Drake. Scott Russell looking on back here in 5th. Another top 5 finish for Scott Russell. 3rd in the points. Him and his brother Mark Russell working together. Meantime, Jeff Porter out front. I know, but I just hate it for you, Mike. Man, because I know you're a good racer, and I just hate it for you to get caught up in that stuff. But it happens. You're right. It does happen. That's a good attitude to have. That's a really good attitude. Don't get upset about it. Just come back next week and try it again. Dalton England still hanging on to 2nd place. Pearson in 3rd. Randall Drake 4th, and Scott Russell. That is the top 5. Seems to be the race right now. John Berga back here trying to get a run on Charles Grant Jr. They drag race down the backstretch, and it's not going to happen right now. Charles Grant is going to hold off John Berga. We got 13 trucks on the lead lap right now, folks. Ross Cato coming to pit road. Randall Drake has not led any laps tonight. Was hoping to get up there and maybe win this. But right now it looks like it's Jeff Porter's race to win or lose. They're going to be 6 laps to go when he crosses the line, folks. 6 more laps. Jeff Porter started in 3rd tonight. Here he is, the leader. Stephen Pearson around Dalton, England. Just what I was afraid of. Started second. Running in second. Does he have enough time to get up there and challenge Porter for this win? Dalton, England, our pole sitter. Running in third. Randall Drake started 14th tonight. Running in fourth. Scott Russell started 22nd. Running in fifth. Mark Russell started 18th, running in 6th. Thomas Keene, our points leader, started 4th, running in 7th. John Verga started 9th, running in 8th. Charles Grant Jr. started 12th, running in 9th. Daniel Smallwood started 6th, running in 10th. Mark Vega started 5th, running in 11th. Roger Sievert started 20th, running in 12th. Josh Witherspoon, last one on the lead lap, started 19th, running in 13th. Kevin Spaulding, 14th place after starting 8th tonight. Ron Merrill in 15th after starting 15th. Ben Manning started 25th, running 16th. Robert Moyer started 17th, running started 23rd, excuse me, running in 17th. Paul Crumrise started 10th, running in 18th. And Ross Cato, last one on the track right now, started 13th, running in 19th. All right, get back up here to our leader. We are coming to get 2 to go this time by, folks. And he has a 3/4 of a second lead over Stephen Pearson. And as I feared, Dalton, England has faded. He's about 3/4 of a second behind Stephen Pearson. But nonetheless, 3rd place is where he's going to finish tonight after leading the most laps beginning of the race. 2 laps to go. This time by, Porter going to take the white flag. 0.8 of a second lead over Stephen Pearson and not looking back. He doesn't need to be doing any mirror driving right now because it's a long way back to Stephen Pearson. White flag in the air. One more lap on the backstretch. Jeff Porter, 2 more turns, and he will be in victory lane tonight celebrating. Into turn 3. With 0.9 of a second lead. Off of turn 4, down the front stretch, crossing the line first. Here is Jeff Porter, your winner tonight at IWCR Truck Series. Congratulations to Jeff Porter. Whoa, great race. Let's see if we can we'll get these guys up here. Jeff Porter, hold on a minute. I'm going to drag some of these other guys up here too to get them into the booth with me. Stephen Pearson as well. And let's see who was 3rd. Dalton, England. We'll get him up here. And then I'll talk to all of you. So, all right, we got you all in here now. Jeff Porter, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations tonight on a win here at Homestead. Man, oh man, I'm telling you, it just seemed like you saved that truck for the first part of the race. Uh-oh. What happened here?
We
go ahead.
We actually had we ran a totally different setup package because we've been having trouble with track conditions and being able to adjust for them, and we tried something totally new out of the box today. And I mean, I was driving every lap with every bit I had, and it still didn't want to get crazy loose like it does before. And we just got lucky. You know, good setup.
Well, it's good to see you back in victory lane, Jeff. I mean, well deserved. You know, you kept your truck clean all night. You had to be there at the end, and you were there at the end. And but Mr. Be there at the end finished right behind you, not too far back. So yeah, you didn't have to be doing any mirror driving them last few laps because he was staying there about 3/4 second mark behind you. But you just had to stay focused on your line, hit your marks perfectly, and just stay focused, you know, and you did it, and you brought it home. So congratulations, man. That was really an awesome race.
I tell you what, it was that 3 wide move to pass Pearson. I don't think I ever would have got around him without doing that. And it was just it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this one. I've had a rough few weeks here, and I definitely enjoyed this one.
Well, well done, well done out there. Well, you put the Toyota right into victory lane, and that's where it needs to be. So go celebrate, brother, and anybody you want to thank.
Everybody on my team, you know, they gave me a base tonight, and I built it. And I'm not really experienced with truck setup, so we tried something a little different. But I tell you what, my team, that's it. That's all. Without them, I'm nothing.
All right. Well, congrats again there, Jeff. Go celebrate, brother. All right, Stephen Pearson.
Hey, Rudy, what's going on?
Well, second place tonight. Now, you know, I'm going to say this. Maybe I'm talking a little bit out of whack here, but now the first part of the race belonged to Dalton, England. This second part of the race, you really turned up the heat a lot, and you could reel them guys up easily. Now, once you got there within about that 3/4 second mark off of Jeff Porter, I'm sure he was probably really driving the wheels off of that thing at that point. But you seemed to be able to reel guys in from a long ways back easily. How were you doing that?
Oh yeah, our setup, it was really good on the long run. I mean, you could tell on the short run it wasn't quite as fast. I mean, you could see that Dalton. I mean, on those short runs, Dalton was just gone. He had a short run set. I mean, he was just fast, and it was like after 15, 20 laps, I could finally start reeling him back in. But like the first time I reeled him in was trying to get low on him to pass him. Caution came out, but I mean, I don't know. This setup, it was just awesome. Porter did a great job adjusting Kevin's setup, and I mean, it was just great.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looked like a lot of fun out there. You definitely had a great truck tonight. You could tell when you're lined up and you're doing that well out there, that setup has got to be just rocking. So definitely congrats to you. Well-deserved second place finish tonight. Yeah, it would have been good to see you in victory lane too, Stephen. But my big question is, how many beer race was this tonight?
Well, 5. I'm fixing to pop number 6.
Ah, well, there you go. Pop number 6.
Yeah, I was going lightweight tonight, lightweight.
Okay, all right. All right, well, good luck. Yeah, congrats on your second place finish, and great race out there. Anybody you want to thank tonight, Stephen?
Yeah, I want to give a thanks to you, Rudy, for putting this broadcast on. Give a thanks to my teammates. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be half as fast as I am. Porter, Kevin, Roger, all them that do the setups. It's just they always give me something good to drive, and it's always nice. And I mainly want to thank Dalton. I mean, I don't know how many times I was under him or he was under me, or we were side by side, and he raced me clean as could be. So I appreciate that, and it was a good third place finish for him as well.
Yeah, that was some good racing. You guys put on a heck of a show, gotta admit. But again, congratulations, Stephen, and go celebrate. Crack that 6th beer open and drink her down, buddy.
Yes, sir, brother. It'll be gone in a minute.
All righty. Dalton, England, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it just wasn't meant to be. Victory lane just kind of bit you in the butt tonight, but you led the most laps tonight with 60 laps. Tell me about them last few laps, Pearson getting by you.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was all right night. We started out very strong. I got to thank Scott and Mark Russell for this fast truck once again. But towards the end, I didn't go with my gut. I had 2 choices of tightening the car up a little bit more for a long run and just making it a little free. And I was just too scared that it was going to get really loose towards the end of the run. So I tightened it up, and it just tightened up way too much. And I really thought I had something for Porter there at the end, because I was sitting at 4th, I think, 2 laps after that restart, and just trying to search for different lines. And I put it up by the wall in 1 and 2, and I was making passes. I was really surprised. And when I got up to 2nd, really had my eyes set on Jeff. But it was just a good race all around. As much as I really wanted to win, it really feels good to finish 3rd.
Oh, I'll bet. I'll bet. Well, you definitely outclassed the field there at the first part of the race, and it seemed like, I don't know. It just seemed to me like something happened, and they kind of outclassed you the second part of the race. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that was in a good way for both of you because you all ran a great race out there. That was some really super great racing here at Homestead. What do you think of Homestead? Do you like this track?
Yeah, I honestly, I like it. I've never really had good results here, and to be honest, this is my first ever race here in this new truck, even though the truck came out quite a few months ago now. I kind of took some notes off of the old truck that I had here for open setups, tried it out on this, it didn't work, and Mark gave me his setup, Mark and Scott, and the thing was really fast. So I tried to take some stuff off of the old truck to this, and it just didn't work out as quite as possible. Thought it was going to be, but overall, like I said, I like this place. It was a good run tonight, and we'll be there next week.
All right. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to while you're here?
Well, I'll tell you, I was trying really darn hard tonight to put the Miller Brothers number 63 in the victory lane. Looks like I come up 2 spots short, but we'll be there next week, and maybe we can improve on that.
All right, Dalton, we'll be looking for you next week there. Good luck next week, and great run tonight.
Thank you.
All right, let's get through the results here real quick. Whoops. Whoopsie. There we go. Okay, Jeff Porter coming home the winner here tonight. Stephen Pearson finishing second, almost a second back. Dalton England finishing third. Randall Drake with another great finish tonight, finishing in fourth. Scott Russell fifth. Mark Russell sixth. Thomas Keene seventh, so he'll hold on to that points lead. John Verga eighth. Charles Grant Jr. in ninth. Daniel Smallwood rounding out the top 10. Mark Vega 11th. Josh Witherspoon 12th. Roger Sievert 13th. Kevin Spalding 14th. Ron Miller 15th. Ben Manning 16th. Robert Moyer Jr. in 17th. Paul Crumry 18th. Ross Cato 19th. Mike Vining 20th. James Lehman finishing 21st. Calvin Troy 22nd. And Evan Schroeder rounding out the field in 23rd position. So again, congratulations here to our winner, Jeff Porter, for IWCR Truck Series. And folks, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night on our Twitch channel, MaxSpeedTV Twitch channel, for the SRA Truck Series. Until then, folks, stay safe and have a good night. Stay warm.